Hey, it's Jeff, welcome back. And today we're doing a video celebrating 300 YouTube subscribers. And before we get into the history of the channel and so on, I want to ask for some feedback. So leave a comment below what type of content you would like to see from me outside of the end games. Because at some point, the end games will be harder to break world records. I do have about 17 videos lined up, so you will have something for the next month or so. But after that, I might be losing some interest in the end games. I'll talk a little bit more about it later in the video, but just wanted to put this in the beginning so that, because not everyone's going to watch the whole video. But if you do nothing else, leave a suggestion on what kind of content you would like to see that's chess related, and I'll try to consider as much as possible and continue discussion in the comments. One thing is maybe I do some instructive stuff, especially if you're under 1500. I might be able to do something like that, like analyze your guys' games and so on. So just anything like that. Okay, so 347 subscribers. We definitely hit 300 a while ago. I started at around 34 when I was making the in-game content, and then the end games, it sort of just blew up, and now we're kind of leveled off a bit. So let's see. Did I have an agenda? I don't know. I just started recording. So how do we get here and where we're going next? That's kind of what I want to talk about. So it all started with this message on chess.com from Rook Handler. He just said sus, and it was because of my in-game records. You can see discussion that I kind of explained that it's similar to speed running what I do with the end games, and offered to make a video explaining how I do the end game. So that was this video. So on May 3rd, same day, and that video actually did pretty well and got noticed by Danny Wrench. And this is the comment that kind of got me into streaming. So basically, the video came because someone accused me of cheating, and then because of the video, that got me into streaming a little bit. I did stream a little bit some years ago, but this definitely got me to pick it up again. So, and then as I started streaming, this channel came along and posted some of my VODs, and they went super viral, which was insane. So this is almost 8,000 views. Too bad I can't get my videos to do that, because if you look at my playlist, where are they? In-game records. I have 80 videos in this playlist, and not one of them did nearly as well as this video. And this isn't the only video that did pretty well. There were some that got 40,000 views, 20,000 views, but that's okay. Overall, this was kind of what gave me a big boost in subscribers. So a lot of you guys are actually from this channel, which actually started around the same number of subscribers that I had, but they grew a little bit more, which is okay. We're not upset with them or anything. Hopefully they make some money from it. They said they weren't, but it wouldn't be a big deal if they were. So that's kind of the history of how we grew. And now on to what's next. So I did kind of allude to it in the beginning of the video. I'm looking for feedback on what you would like to see outside of the end games. Because if we look at the end games, like the 90-day, well, one, some of them are already starting to expire. Like Triogami had, I think he had this record too, but it expired now. So now the road record is actually an hour long. But it is getting a little tougher. I haven't tried half the end game still. I've only done 14 out of the 29, so it's 48%. And so I could literally make double the amount of videos that I have in the playlist just by attempting the other ones. But this does kind of take over my life sometimes. I'll just spend a lot of time grinding some end games, injuring my hands, and I'm not really sure what I'm getting out of it anymore. So it might be time to try to work on normal chess improvement. I don't want to just be known for being good at these end games. Also, we have like this whole mobile thing now where mobile is much faster. So it's probably better to take a little bit of a step back from going super try hard on the end games. Hmm. Um, Also, it's really hard to bump people now. So like Bishop and Knightmate, for instance. Like I get a lot of 32s, but it'll only put me on second place. So that kind of sucks. So we'll see. Maybe they'll update it a little bit one day. I might do it more casually, but definitely I don't think I'm gonna try to become the best at all the end games at the same time like I once did. It gets too much like you need to have a lot of luck to get certain scores, and then to do that, you just have to grind a lot till you get the luck. And it's getting to me. Okay. So with that said, let me see how long have I been going. I want to make this around 10 minutes. So it's been 6 minutes. So yes, we talk about potential new video ideas. Well, one thing is we're keeping this, so if I go to playlist, we're keeping the chess lessons weekly, hopefully, as much as possible. If my budget changes, I might have to adjust some stuff. Might be starting a new job, that might help out, but we'll see what happens. So this I've been trying to do like every Monday, lessons with my coach, Pretty Strong GM. Lately I've been learning some opening stuff, so we have like a Najdorf video, London system, and when I play like rapid games again, he'll start analyzing some of those and give me feedback and so on, which is always good. Now, the difference between what I'm doing in my lessons and what people under 1500 typically need is that under 1500, you definitely need to do a lot of tactics and calculation training because hanging pieces and tactics are like a super decider in those games. It is at my level too, but the more lower you go towards beginner level, the more important it is to get that like foundation and pattern recognition for those basic patterns. So I think spending like if you're 800, spending a lot of time studying this video and thinking, okay, now I'm gonna know the Najdorf and beat everyone. That's not gonna be how it works out. Like it's gonna be much better just to focus on the normal developing principles and just making sure your pieces are protected and stuff. So like one potential idea is I can analyze your games and go through it through a just like a forcing move perspective. So like I kind of guess the move, but I'm mainly focusing on the tactics and seeing tactics where they're there or not, and not so much focus on the positional stuff because I'm not a master. So if I explain positional stuff, it's not gonna be the most accurate. So, but there are still some things I might be able to do to help people improve nonetheless. So if that sounds interesting or you have any other ideas that might be similar, then let me know in the comments. See, I said the end game records getting a little bit full. We got 666 viewers. Someone view quick. It's like an unlucky number or something, right? But let's see. The end game tutorials, I kind of went through that, like in the to clear up the cheating allegations. I went through most of them. You get the basics of how to do it. I don't know if I'd be adding too much to this anytime soon. If there's a strong enough demand, then I will. But yeah, Chess Improvement Series, I definitely want to do more of this. This is kind of going in line with analyzing your games. But this is kind of like the theory of how I envision chess improvement. So if I were to like coach myself when I was younger, this is kind of stuff that I wish I'd known earlier on and how I'd compartmentalize all the concepts. So I could add to this, which I'm definitely planning to do at some point. And that's pretty much it. Like in terms of ideas that I had, I did want to one day become the best at Puzzle Rush because I felt like it was definitely an achievable goal. Like you just memorize all the high rated puzzles and use your normal chess skill to deal with the lower rated puzzles. But they have been adding a lot of puzzles lately. Also, there's like that Puzzle Battle World Championship. Like, I want to compete in that one day and try to compete with these guys. But then the end games kind of distracted me. So that might be one thing that I do. If there are any interesting videos you think I could center around that, then let me know. But like, if you look at my channel before I even started doing end games, like the Puzzle Rush videos weren't doing that well. So I did like averages of 3 every week to try to track progress, and like a typical video that's like 15 views, which isn't that much more than what I'm getting now since stuff is dying off, but it is what it is. So, okay. So we're like 10-minute mark. Again, I want to thank everyone who has subscribed and supported on Twitch. Even though I haven't been streaming as much on Twitch, I might try to figure out some regular schedule at some point, but no promises. Overall, I think I'm focusing more on YouTube now, so it's just easier to like direct content for it and have it in a playlist, because a Twitch VOD it'll delete after a certain amount of time. But stuff that's like for YouTube, it can stay in a neat little playlist and just have longevity. So I think that, especially if I'm doing instructive stuff, I think that's going to be much more beneficial to more chess players as a whole going forward. So, again, leave a comment, suggestions, feedback, what you'd like to see outside the end games, and I will try to take that into consideration and make some more variety on the channel outside of world record videos and former world record videos. Again, keep in mind, before you hit the unsubscribe, because there's not going to be as many end games, there's like 17 more videos of end game records, and then you can unsubscribe. Alright, see ya.